So we drafted Adam out of Dayton. He played for us for 2 years. In describing the player, he is the versatile tight end that can play the F tight end. He played a lot most recently on the ball. Generally when you draft a tight end out of college, they do one thing better than the other, blocker first. And when we drafted Adam, we felt like he kind of was one of those guys that was solid in both areas. We utilized him depending on who was up and who was down, who was healthy, both in line and at the F position. So really, to answer your question, we comped him to a handful of the tight ends that we were discussing in this draft. We drafted Adam in the 3rd round, and ironically, we were comping him to a few of the other 3rd-round players. He's clean, great makeup, great character. I think part of that became available because New Orleans, they were able to sign a tight end, and I'm sure they were looking at the long-term plans with Adam, and so we felt this was one of the needs for us coming in. We couldn't force that, and so when we passed that little area or sweet spot of tight ends and maybe drafted another player yesterday, this kind of came up, and we both felt like, man, just flipping really picks, and all of a sudden getting a player that we have a clear vision for. Obviously, we have a little head start on the history because we drafted him. That was something that was just as exciting as any part of yesterday or today because that was something we were looking for. So, coming in with his versatility as a blocker, but then as a receiver.